Okay, welcome back. We're gonna be streaming part 4 of Danganronpa. Right now, we are up at the second trial. So, little Chihiro got murdered, and we don't know who the culprit is. I'm very curious to find out. So, without further ado, let's go! I'm really sad she died. She was cute, too. Alright, here we go. So, is everybody ready to... What? Oh, we're missing someone?
Yo.
Toko? And Toko is... Wow. He doesn't know who Toko is? The little nut job.
What are you gonna do?
I'll go ahead and drag her kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to. He forced me. I can't believe he would drag a girl around. Wow. Alright, let's get this started.
Let's go.
Oh, Chihiro. Her eyes creep me out. Like, what her eyes look like right there, that's what creeps me out the most. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if her eyes were just shut and it looked, like, peaceful, I don't know. Someone made the choice. Yeah, there's nothing peaceful about this. That's true. And that murderer is one of us, standing right here. Guys, let's just see. Hold on, where is she? I'm not gonna lie. I'm just making a guess. So there's no spoilers because I don't actually know who did it. I'm just going to make an educated guess, and I'm guessing it was her this time. That's just my guess. I didn't guess on the first trial, but this is my guess.
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts. I don't know why they killed her the way they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out.
Oh, very sad.
Oh, she was quite remarkable, of course. Yeah, idea 3D. I like how he keeps trying to tell himself that for the sake of us. Like, my problem is I think it's Toko, but it's like so like I feel like it's too obvious it's her, so I really wonder if it's not this time, you know what I mean? Like even what she just said, she was like, there's something odd about her behavior. I don't think mere shock is enough to explain it. I'm like, everyone's just calling her butt out. I'm like, what the crap? You know what I mean? I feel weird. I feel like, you know, one of those games where they make you think it's it because they're giving you so many clues. I wonder if I'm like falling into that trap and it's actually not who we think it is. Alright, well, we've spoken everyone. Let's go. We gotta do this, man.
True.
Oh boy. The elevator began. I couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with a heavy clunking down deeper and deeper into the ground. As we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally. Sudden stop? That would hurt. Like, it would just go, stop! Here we go. It's redecorated. Oh my god. Yeah, let's just do it.
Very nice.
Huh? Oh. Now you're ripped apart. Whatever, I gotta say, I don't hate it, not at all.
Well,
Let's get this show on the road.
chills, chills, kills!
Ugh, everyone please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly truth, a deadly class trial. Oh, yes. Alright guys, here we go. How does this work? No, hold on. No, not that. Isn't there a way to, like, yeah, your skills? How does this work? Effective during the non-stop debate and breathing technique. Focus gauge recovers more quickly during the non-stop. Yes, we want that. We have hers. Increase the damage to the opponent when statements destroyed effective during the... Okay. Is that all I have? Oh, I guess I only have 3 peoples. Alright, well. Yep, alright. There we go. Trial! All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. I mean, this time the murder weapon's more assumed than, hold on. Yeah, it's the dumbbell. Alright, hang on. I think space makes it go slower. There we go.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
That's accurate.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Oh, contradiction. That's right.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
It appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt? I bet it was an iron pipe.
Oh, that's it.
No, it's wrong.
That's right, I gotta debate it. Not bad, I forgot.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
That would hurt too.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Dumb. Made her dumb.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yes! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Yep, Genocide Jack. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines and think of them as obstacles in your debate. Okay. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down white noise. Oh my god. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease. Oh, okay. Alright. Dot, 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 dot. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the white noise won't appear at all. I'm pretty sure I'm on kind or whatever, which is the medium one. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. I don't think that's the case for me. Well, then good luck and have fun. Alright, let's do this. Alright, Genocide Jack case file. Here we go.
Culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Right.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
Great.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
Says the guy who showed me.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Bloodlust.
It's actually
Oh
bloodlust.
my god.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, has to do with the positioning of the body. How the victim was positioned, it's how.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Wow, that was
Genocide
bad.
Jack's true identity
I mean,
is Toko
I
Fukawa.
agreed. If that's funny. Okay, so I was right.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
How about how when she passed out
Is
and she
Toko
came out
Genocide
with
Jack?
like a
The
weight?
answer is yes.
Multiple
and no.
personality disorder.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure. But I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also not to be Toko, the answer is she's not one person, but multiple people. Here we go. Hangman's Gambit. Oh god, I don't remember this. Oh crap. Oh man. What's the key? Not an S. I don't even know what word it's aiming for. I'm just guessing it here, guys. I don't even know what word we're looking for. Lindsay, help me out here. S? That's not SCH. Schizophrenia? That's actually schizo, SC. It's a C! Guys. Oh. Guys, I don't even know what I'm doing here. I have no idea what the word is here, guys. I tried C. C's not here anymore. I gotta wait for it. Oh, hunt. C. I tried C! SO, right? Guys, I can't spell schizophrenia for my life. I hit delete and it didn't work. Huh? Well, it's not working. Oh, guys. We're running out of time. Z. What the heck? Alright, schizo. That was a hard word, guys. I can't spell that even on my regular days, so.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Schizophrenia isn't a split personality thing. It's when you have mental
I think I read that
right?
somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it?
But that's incorrect.
Dissociative identity disorder.
That's the word, dissociative identity, not schizophrenia.
Okay. But still,
Schizophrenia is, hold on, I'm gonna pause this real quick.
Is...
I'm gonna pause that, because schizophrenia, to what my knowledge is, the limited psychology classes I've taken, is something along the lines of, like, believing or seeing another person when they're not really there, or seeing shadows, or hearing voices. Yeah, it's a variety thing, but it's not dissociative identity. That's a totally different thing. So for them to make me type out schizo when it's not schizophrenia, I'm like, they should have said mental disorder or something. Yeah, I agree, but how old is this game? Real old? Oh, well, then, but back then it wasn't as bad. Like, now it's a little more... Oh, okay, that's a good reason. She said because it was such an old game and made back in the days, that might be why they made the mistake of saying schizophrenia when it's not. So that's a very good reason. So we're gonna continue now. Sorry.
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
She went nuts, dude. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it was weird. That is quite concerning. With the minute she did that, I was wondering if they were gonna add that to the game.
Funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
She's really annoying anyway. Like,
Not
I
to
don't
mention,
like her.
once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So
she
when
know about
Toko
it?
trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of
Oh, so
Genocide
she
Jack?
is conscious of it then. Yeah, I knew the minute that was literally the tipping point for me. I'm like, really? I knew it. I was like, come on. I felt like it was too obvious.
The
to be
reason
honest.
she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in.
It was for her to go kill other people.
It was to keep her other
Yeah.
personality from getting out.
I like how surprised she was.
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her.
He's so cocky.
What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Yeah, she said there was a secret. Yeah.
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Rip.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
I mean, it was, yeah.
Promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy
This was so
tale.
quick though. Like, I even guessed it last night.
Besides, you broke your promise first.
What was the promise?
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
Yep. I'm sorry, I could keep our promise. That's sad, but don't worry, never again. Well, sad to say, guys. According to the rules of this story,
You said if I kept my promise,
oh,
you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
I mean,
how many times do I have to tell you?
Oh.
I never said that.
she's delusional, but we already
But
knew
you
that.
weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a
Wow,
disappointment.
that's cold, man.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
What does that mean?
Person.
Oh, they want to talk to Genocide
You
Jack.
don't mean.
How does she change, I wonder? Oh, that's how. Her body suddenly leant backward. A thud echoed across the courtroom. But in the next second, oh boy, this is gonna be creepy. Really?
Oh, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
That's creepy, dude.
What the heck?
He's right by her
You
too.
figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
Really creepy.
I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck
Jack
is
and
this?
Jill.
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
I'm gonna have a nightmare with his face. Look at him, he's just dying over there.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know.
Look at that tongue.
Just
That's
like
a
how
long
every
tongue.
inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths
Yep,
of
she said
every
that earlier,
truth
too.
lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is a murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Wow.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation.
Well, at least he's blunt.
What are your thoughts on that?
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless.
She didn't kill him?
I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive.
I'm so
The
confused.
act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
I'm so confused, guys.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
Hold on.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us?
Oh, if you tell
If
their
someone
secrets,
didn't murder
yeah.
and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
Yeah, and the secret would be
Well,
revealed, yeah.
let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
Wait, she didn't kill him.
Sorry, as much as I hate to admit it,
Yeah,
I'm
she
not the
didn't kill,
culprit.
did she?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. I was wondering, it was way too pointed at her. That's why I guessed it, but I was like, it's too pointed at her. Alright, status of the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
Alibi.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
I don't know what that means.
What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Because the answers of her body, that's to prove what she said isn't quite right.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would...
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
So is
When you
it...
compare your past murders, the modus operandi
It's this, right?
completely. What more proof do we need?
Crap.
Give it up. You killed her.
That was funny how she laughed.
Sorry, but I didn't.
You say that.
I didn't quit!
Perhaps if you had an alibi...
Oh, an alibi.
When you compare your past, the modus
Operandi matches
Go, 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 go!
No, it's wrong. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any
So
different?
they get the spoiler on us.
Oh,
and
you
I
don't
know
know?
how.
Well then, human garbage, let me tell you.
I like how she came out, though.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional,
That's
and I have a
terrifying, by the
very
way.
particular way of doing things.
Yeah, I noticed they were all
Imagine
scissors.
you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
How she stabbed?
But what happened to Chihiro?
Hold on. How she stabbed everywhere? Is that what it is? Hold on. Multiple stab wounds believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attack the victim from the wall. The scissors used in the murder were apparently custom made. Every pair of scissors left at the murder scene seeming to be in the same material. Sorry, I'm reading what it says on the book. The victims, bleeding infected. So it is the scissors. Is it the scissors?
It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
That's hilarious.
This is no creation of mine.
let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
One clear difference. The photos, look at the neck and stomach.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different.
I was wondering why it was a dumbbell.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
That's terrifying.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their
I was
method?
wondering why they were all scissors, but I was like,
And
maybe
there's
they
more.
couldn't find a pair of
One
scissors
more
here.
conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini,
What?
then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people
that's
to
making me
cooking?
nauseated too.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
How it had... How she was suspended, stabbed through their hands, what was used to... Yeah, it was the torch! Okay.
Do you remember what the killer
Guys.
used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her
Okay,
wrists.
now I have a change in heart and think it's
What
Byakuya.
is your point?
That's my next guess,
Well,
maybe.
in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Yeah, the scissors. The
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
You guys are really big that
And guess
scissor in.
what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement.
She looks like she's crying.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else?
Wow.
Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Is there three?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Why?
Listen up, Big Mac.
What?
There's
Big Mac?
actually one more difference.
What's the third?
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a
They
look
were
at
all
who the
guys.
victims were in each
They were all
Genocide
male,
Jack
right?
case. There's a pattern there. Just
Alright,
waiting
it was
to
all
be
male. Hold on.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Pattern surrounding, didn't fit. Look at the names. Yep. I think I know what it is. Come on. Wow. It was this one, obviously. She was just so in love. Like, just couldn't. No, guys, come on. It was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo, bullseye, right on the money.
She only killed males? Well, I feel safe. I feel safe already. We're
In
good.
all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all guys?
That's right. The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men. I can't believe I said it. I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, right.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it. I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the movie side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
When the Italian chefs
Yeah.
suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles, don't be stupid.
Guys, that actually made a lot of sense. I don't like it, but that made a lot of sense to
cross
me.
that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
I have
It's
no
a
idea who
different
killed
matter
her.
entirely. when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
Oh my
I
god.
would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
Then why'd she say she
And
broke her
if by some
promise?
fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors.
Did she have him with
Who
her?
would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell
Yeah.
because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors?
Yeah.
I don't just use any scissors.
Oh my
I only
God.
use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Did she
Are
bring in
you
her
sure
own?
about that?
Yeah, I think she brought in her own.
Da-da-da-da!
Oh my god. Wow, that's a face. Oh my lord. She's fully equipped.
That's right, so I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by
God,
my
that's
side?
terrifying.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you?
Gutter dogs. What insults they make in this? It's
Not to
funny.
mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Okay, I like Genocide Chat. I really like her as a
No idea
character.
what's going on anymore. Could such
She's
a
really
heinous villain
cool.
really be innocent?
Well, innocent in this murder.
The body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or
I love
whatever.
this real one. You could have guessed it. There is one person. It's not good. I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
Here's my answer.
Yeah, I
Yuck,
wonder
Rhea.
if it is.
It's
Yeah.
possible you could have found out, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was
I mean, it makes sense.
because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Oh, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
This girl.
Nobuaki, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an
When he
answer.
stayed in the library, he wouldn't come out of the library.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
In the locker room. They're suspicious. Wouldn't you agree? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls. Yeah.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say?
I think he's cute.
The
but-
victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why
Well,
I
how would
said
you
we should
have known
check
it
the
was her?
girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd
But
say.
you didn't know it was Chihiro.
on the contrary, there's something
Yeah, why
very
would you-
strange.
Why would you assume to go in the
Okay,
girls
then.
first?
What's so strange about it? Go ahead. Share with the rest.
Yeah. Oh, man. Alright, truth flashback. Oh, left mouse button. Memorize? It will disappear from your truth cylinder. Oh. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, so I will say if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refusing anything. Good luck and have fun. Okay, I don't understand, but we'll see.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the ball.
I mean, he was.
But he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
Oh my god, this
The
hurts.
victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
But that's
So,
true.
of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first.
But how would you know
There
it was
was no
her?
time for pointless distractions.
I'm right?
What's so strange about that?
Am I supposed to load the gun with something?
with you.
I wish you'd taken me with you. Contradiction there. How? Yeah, exactly. Oh, so I did need to read it through.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of, but he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural. The victim
Was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Wait, hold on.
shoot.
Hold on.
So,
How
you
do I?
said Byakuya was acting
Am I
kind of
supposed to do
weird
that
before
thing?
we found the body. But he was acting weird. How?
Hold on. Hold on. How do we get? Hold on. How do we go back? Wait, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. Alright, hold on. True bullet. If you target a weak spot and hold down the left, you can use that weak spot as a temporary truth bullet later in the argument. I'm not understanding how truth bullets work. So I'm gonna try this.
That's a natural.
The victim was Chihiro, so of course I would suggest we
That's what I
check
was
the
There was
supposed
no
to do.
time for. What's so strange? You wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was
Sorry.
acting kind of weird
Crap.
before we found the body.
Shoot.
Again, darn it. I didn't mean to click on that. I was trying to fast forward. Alright, so
So,
again.
you said Byakuya was acting kind of,
Yes.
but he was acting.
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's
I'm supposed to hold
The
down on
victim
this, right?
Was Chihiro.
There it
who was
is.
a girl. So of course I would
Now
suggest
what?
we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
You wish you'd taken me with you.
Oh my god, this guy. Alright. So I have this loaded.
So, you said
Am I supposed to hit that before we found the body? With this bullet? So, this then. I'm so confused. Don't scare me like that. Make me see something weird going on. Oh man, guys, I'm not understanding.
So, you said Byakuya was
Stop.
acting kind of weird before
I tried
we
to
found
click
the
to make
body.
it keep going. Come on. Yeah.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting.
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural.
The victim was Chihiro, so of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first.
There was no time. What's so strange? You wish you'd taken me with you.
So am I supposed to shoot the same sentence at the
So,
other
you said
sentence?
but he was acting.
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural. The victim
Victim was Chihiro.
Who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the
God
girls'
dang.
There was no time. What's so strange? You wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting.
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural. The victim
Victim was Chihiro.
who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we
There was no time. What's so strange? You wish you'd taken me with you.
So I shoot it back at that same sentence?
So, you said
But that's not the right thing you shoot.
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural. The victim
Like, this is the only thing I'm supposed to hit.
who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we
There was no time. What's so strange? You wish you'd taken me
I mean,
with
the only
you.
other thing is, this nothing else. Like, there's nothing else to fire it at. Huh? I tried there's only one other sentence.
So,
this
you
one.
said Byakuya was acting
I did do this
before
one.
we found the body.
Oh.
Shoot!
Alright, hang on. I think we get a retry anyway. Wait, what? Good, okay. Blah, 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 come on. It'll give me another life, right? Oh. Oh, and they're gonna guess the wrong person. Wait, Makoto? Why does it all automatically assume to me?
Is this really?
Nope, everyone's just doomed. Alright, let's do this again.
I refuse to give up yet.
I do like that they give you an option to start again. Alright. Alright, let's try this again. Wait, do we start all over? Okay, good, good.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
But he was acting if we are presented with the opportunity. That's unnatural.
The victim.
Was Chihiro.
No, that's wrong.
Gotcha. Well, it wasn't wrong, but I think we just never would have gotten that.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Oh, I was hoping it wasn't actually
So your
him.
claim that you went to
but
the
I was
girls'
worried.
locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
Yeah. He doesn't even care.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
Guys, I want to know
There
who
is.
killed her.
I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
I really hope he's not the culprit, because I wanted to learn more about him, to be honest. He was a jerk, like, by no, is he really, yeah. But I really liked him, like, I wish, like, I feel like if we talked more about, or to him, we could have, like, developed his personality. So I hope it's not him. But I was wondering when we learned about the lamp, yeah.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again?
Yes, please.
When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors.
Okay.
And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended because some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Wrong. You mother...
Obviously,
God dang
somebody
it.
else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
I know. I want to hear the whole argument anyway. Hidden within the rope, I guess, while the birth. No, it wasn't. He did a very specific object. Okay, here we go.
The difference? You want me to explain when I want to kill? And I use those same scissors.
But Chihiro was some kind of...
That's right! It absolutely...
Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Wrong!
No, it's wrong.
Man, the fact that he would have that blatant of a... That's not good.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have
no,
seen
I
it
didn't
before.
want him to die!
Because, you see, that rope,
It was
or
the
should I
extension
say,
cord.
that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time
It's suddenly gone.
went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. Totally calm, unconcerned. I don't know how to feel about this! As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
I really don't want him to die. I don't know who it is!
We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
The fact that he's so calm about it. It was found. What did that mean? I mean, it's like he wants to die. No, I don't think so. There's something.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
Yeah! Oh, wait. Oh my god. Wait, but how did he get the body in there then? What he's gonna say is something along the lines of the carpet was switched out. Sakura spilled some coffee on the carpet, and then when she went back in to see the crime scene, the carpet was mysteriously cleaned, but the stain was in the boys. So,
Are you sure about that?
Now.
Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing.
What does that mean?
What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Because of Sakura's account.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
Rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying
mad that someone trying to prove it wasn't him.
I believe I do.
Hey, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, he'd been so confident. Yeah, maybe he never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Yep. It was Sakura's account, but I'm just gonna make sure all of them. I mean, yeah, it's either the carpet. Hold on. No, it was the. I think it's this one right here. Oh wait, crap. Yeah, hold on. Hold on, it's the picture.
I got it!
Yeah, there was a picture. I was
The
wondering
proof
about
that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Yeah. I was like, why is the boob girl in the girls' room?
Is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel.
Big boob.
But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Oh my god. And she's like wielding
Meanwhile,
scissors.
the
That's
boys' locker
funny.
room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
That and the
So
fact that
you're
you
saying
noticed they
that
weren't
maybe
there.
the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right,
Yep,
Sakura?
I was right. It's the fact that the coffee
You're
stinks.
referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Yeah, that's funny.
Protein coffee?
Yeah, that sounds
While
nasty.
I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
Yeah, but it wasn't that it was scrubbed away, it was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
That must have been someone's gotta be
Why
strong
would
enough
anyone
to
do
move
that?
all that crap.
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Stop! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Could she have really gotten in the boys' locker room? Yeah, she could have. Oh, I don't just tell them what it is. Okay. Broken e-handbook. Okay, here we go. Let's read
Is
what
it
people have to
really
say.
possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
That's wrong, but hold on.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Oh, wait.
If she had that, she could get into the boys'
Oh,
locker
it's
room
broken.
no
Okay, hold on.
problem.
That's what it is. Alright, hold on. But when we found it in the main hall that it was, in which case, we realized that she used it. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go through it again.
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have.
No, I don't think she used the thing that was... I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, it's wrong. No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly he gave up.
That's funny.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited.
See, they
It
need
says
to
nothing
explain
about
borrowing and
borrowing.
loaning, how they're different.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked us, like I said.
No.
She used her ultimate
Monokuma's about to
programmer
be mad.
skills and...
Wait for it. Yep.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? She was killed in the girls' locker room, and he was going to, but still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
what?
This one there.
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait, we can leave? That'd be cool.
Wait. Just what do you think you're
There's
doing?
the door.
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare
Oh
an
my
official
God.
press trial recess.
He does it so fast.
For real?
That's
Now
funny.
then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Yep, the class trial was on hold. Headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was... Okay, to her body. Great.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. It must stink by now. That's
Be
gonna be
sure to
days,
examine
right?
the entire body
Oh,
very
no, it's only been a
carefully.
few hours. Never mind.
Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything. It's just
Yeah,
based on religious grounds, you know?
that's funny.
very well. I'll do it.
You go, Sakura.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
That's awkward.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Oh my god. I like how they changed their name to Jill.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Oh, and she oh, put your hands together in a brief prayer. Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is...
Is she a guy or
What is
something?
this?
I think she's a guy.
What is it?
Chihiro's a guy.
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form, her massive frame.
This girl is
a guy.
Is what?
It's a guy. Please say it's a guy.
Is a boy.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Wow.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then... it's really true?
Wow.
Chihiro was... guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? I wish I had killed him!
That's funny.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Well, that explains how he got into the boys' locker room.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Well, that would make sense why Chihiro didn't want to exercise with anyone.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
I think Chihiro was actually a guy. Thought never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
So my question really does stand, though. How did Byakuya know to go into the girls' locker room to begin with? That's like what stuck with me. I'm like, he never answered that.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
This is an interesting one.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, you still think Byakuya is the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
But why?
But I
Why would he do that?
think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
Like he knows who it is.
The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
So did I...
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least,
Was he the
that's
helper
how I
then?
see it.
I know that you were allowed to have one assistant in the
And
murder.
Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you.
Yeah, like he didn't know that.
And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Who's in that?
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girl's locker room and decided to alter it.
Why?
Are you fucking with us right now?
Not fun.
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the
Oh my
truth.
god, he couldn't. He couldn't. That was amazing. I really wish there was like a 5-second replay that this game lets you go back and rewatch some of how they say it. That was great. No, I'm not. I'm too much of a... That was...
Well, I find it very hard to believe. Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
That's why he's so calm. If we had said it was Byakuya who killed, we would have been wrong, and Byakuya would have been... Wait. Oh, he would have been killed too. Never
If
mind.
you're
Just kidding
really
then.
telling the truth, then
Yeah.
why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Well, he didn't.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Sorry, I was reading that to myself. One thing we know about the killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means... But that's not necessarily the case. That's not exactly true. The killer is possibly a girl still, but I'll say it's a guy for this.
I got it!
Yeah, you need a boy's handbook to get in. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, Leon, okay, that makes sense. My bad. That's why I put boys, though. Yeah, we need more clues. Guys, I have no idea who did it. No idea. Celeste's account. Okay. Creepy.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Really? Ugh.
Shoot!
There must be a contradiction. Where is it saying? Data!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Oh my god! He's my first subscriber, guys! Thank you! Okay, let's
Isn't
try this
there a
again.
single clue
I
that
didn't
might
mean to
lead us to
click.
who
God!
did it?
I don't like that here. I'm just gonna click control to do this. Alright,
Isn't
there we
there
go.
a single clue that might lead
Isn't
us
this
to
the only
who
one
did it?
that's there? Hold on.
Clues are one thing. Did nobody get... I'm sure someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah. All we need right now.
It's over. It's all over.
You want to know who saw the killer?
And only the killer.
And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Wow, he's freaked out.
No! Not game over!
As a matter of fact, there is an eyewitness. She has information about that.
Isn't there a single
So am I
clue
supposed
that
to...
Lead us to who did
Am I
it.
supposed to do a single clue?
Well, clues are one thing. But did nobody get... I'm sure someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah. All we need right now is a...
It's over.
Whoops, I missed.
It's all over. You want to know who saw the killer?
And it's not like they're just gonna... Game over, man.
No! Not game over!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who...
Clue, did nobody get... I'm sure someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah.
All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. You want to know who saw the killer? And it's not like they're just... Game over, man.
No! Not game over!
Alright, let's try this again.
Isn't
Maybe...
There a single clue that might lead us to who did it.
Am I supposed to do a single clue?
Shoot!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well,
Right?
clues are one thing. But did nobody get... I'm
Alright,
sure
this is the
someone
last
saw...
chance,
Perhaps
guys.
someone saw the victim.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of
God
new
darn it.
info.
Alright, hold on. We're gonna have to restart this.
Shoot!
Oh crap, did I just completely fail? Oh. I like how everyone assumed it's you to die. Like, there was no evidence for me to be the... Yeah.
Is this real? I refuse to give up
Oh
yet.
god.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing. But
No.
did nobody get a look at the killer?
Hey guys, if anyone has a good idea,
Sure, if
I'd
someone saw
actually be
the
okay
killer,
for them
they
help right
would've
now. I
said
don't know what to
something by
do.
now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that
So I wish
might
that
be
was
enough for
something to
now.
hit, you know?
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know
Yeah,
who
hold
saw
on,
the
more.
victim?
This part.
The killer.
And only the
Maybe
killer.
this? Okay. Hold on, I know what to do. You don't need to do it. Hold on, I got this. Hold on.
Isn't there
I
a
have an
single
idea.
clue?
Hold on, I got this.
Did nobody... I'm sure someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah.
It's
Hold on,
over.
hold on,
You
hold
want
on,
to know
hold
who's
on.
the killer?
That's it. Celeste saw her. There it is.
No, that's wrong. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Sorry.
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm in a kind of hurry. Yeah, I was wondering what that hurry meant.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times.
He couldn't have gone into the room because he was a guy.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
That's sad.
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
This chick,
The
though.
point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Of course we do.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
Yeah, I wonder if that would maybe...
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
But we never saw the
Are
item.
you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Alright.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
That's so random. Yeah, did the jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe, but we have to get through it anyway or else we'll all die, so here we go!
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
Oh my god, that's...
I have a white tracksuit, personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
He's so proud.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way.
Huh?
Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Which he?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Oh,
He was on his way to go exercise.
So next, why did he choose?
What do you mean,
I got it! He picked that tracksuit. It matched the one...
So, what you're saying, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Because
exercise.
I have a white track. I got it from the
Did any of that
I
really
have a
happen?
guess. I have one guess. I have two guesses real quick. Hang on. I think I missed it.
First of all, we know he was on his way, so next bit, why did he choose?
What do you mean? I got it! It matched the one.
Oh, what you... The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as...
How would you know it was blue? No!
Hold on a second, Mondo.
That
What
makes
did you
me
just say?
sad. Why? Why?
What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said
She said it was just a tracksuit. She didn't specify what color. Oh no. That makes me sad. I liked him.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
Oh,
So
man.
why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
Oh.
You just...
Hey,
Why did you
Celeste.
kill him?
What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue?
That
And
makes
before
me
we began the trial,
sad.
did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
That makes
Then,
me sad.
Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit
What was the motive?
Because I just...
I liked him.
Sure, he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it.
No one's seen it,
The
yeah.
bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Sherry, oh my
Are you
god.
talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Look at that tongue.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
Didn't she just say put it in the duffel bag?
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
Yeah, she stuffed it in the bag. Rip. Why Mondo? I liked him.
when Celeste noticed it,
No.
Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
That sucks.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
That's funny.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I
Why?
had my suspicions about
He
him
was my
from the very
favorite.
beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as
Oh.
dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
No. Yeah, that was. I never caught that. I never caught that.
She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
That's so
No.
cool.
I'm not the frightful one.
I like
Not
her.
nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I
No.
I didn't kill anyone!
Oh boy.
You've been all over me, judging everything I say. putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
That makes me sad.
He would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
I wonder how what's his name's book got broke.
My time has nearly come.
My time is
That's
nearly
what
come.
my little ghost friend is
What the
telling me.
heck? He's creeping me out, man.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hippoon, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence? ...
Actually, no. Now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Just tell us what it was.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist.
Oh
then,
god, is he gonna be a pervert?
Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Whose is it? It's mine.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene
I
of the
didn't know
crime,
that.
right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't
Yeah,
think the
how did you
handbooks were quite
break
so
it?
fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a
Yeah.
remarkably high failure
It's actually
rate.
ironically funny, but true.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Yeah, it's that weak point. I just don't know where the weak point
I
is.
got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what
He
the
looks
weak
so
point
embarrassed
actually
about it.
was. But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
Then we can only assume
Yeah.
that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
you're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
He has this
Tell
cute
us
woman,
already.
but it's funny.
Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Why indeed?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement.
Oh
The
god.
weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
God dang it. I know exactly how he figured it out. Man! It is the biker dude. It was that sauna. They stayed in the sauna for too long. I don't know how it broke, but it stayed in that. He stayed in this. The biker dude stayed in the sauna with the really uptight but like organized dude, and they became best friends from it.
I flippin' knew it!
How did you know it?
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook
Oh.
laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees.
Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Is that true? That's actually really cool.
I learned one new fact today.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that.
Is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Huh?
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
And we know.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
Did Chihiro know its
But
weakness?
how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
Yep.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own
Yeah.
handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Such as him when he went into the sauna
They'd
with the other
realize
guy.
It was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
Why leave it in the sauna then?
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
That makes me sad, guys.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
That makes me so sad.
I might know someone who did.
Seriously?
The one
Guys.
who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Who was Mondo? Yep, it was him and the other guy. Oh. Had to be the ones who wore all their clothes in the sauna. I mean, there's two people for the record. So that's like hard to, like, it was him and him. They both did. No, he wasn't. No, because he said, let's wear our clothes in here. But, no.
Here's my answer.
That makes me sad.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Maybe.
Why do you keep accusing him?
And they were like, they became quote unquote best friends when they were in the sauna together. That makes me so sad. And the easiest way to prove it is just to show him Mondo's handbook. Literally just say, show me your handbook, and there's that
Mondo
evidence.
and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
Yeah.
And for the
Oh,
contest,
he wasn't.
Mondo
That's
just
right.
so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets.
I forgot he was in his towel.
And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
This is sad. Here we go.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Interesting.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
I'm gonna let it read through. That's obviously wrong.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Yeah. Hold on, let me read through these.
Let's test
Oh,
Makoto's
card reader.
assertion.
Alright, there you go.
If what he says
Hang
is
on.
you broke your own handbook. In other words, it's not then that proves.
Hold on.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Oh, okay, it was the wrong one. Alright, hang on. He's a little off. Well, then I guess it's just broken
Let's
E
test
handbook.
Makoto's assertion.
If what he says you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook
That's obviously
works
wrong. Yeah, that's obviously wrong. You know which one it is. Oh, this makes me sad. Sad, sad, sad.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
Yeah.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, you can use someone else's.
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually
That would explain
works.
how he got into the girls' locker
I
room.
think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulations that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Not if you borrow someone's dead, guys.
Well, here's how I
Yeah,
look at
please
it.
explain it. Seriously.
There is a rule about loaning your handbook
Oh
to
my
another
God.
student. But if they're dead, they're not a student.
That pains me, man.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's
But
wrong,
why?
bro? Come on! Tell him
Like,
he's wrong!
why? We don't have a motive yet.
You are wrong! You have to be wrong!
Aw, that's hard.
Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Oh god, hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, so Chihiro is doing that. Hold on, how do we smooth? Oh, okay. She sees the this one. She hastily puts it up. Bye! Goes there. I don't even know what this is about to be. I guess he's working out. Oh, wait, hold on. Is it this? Oh my god, this is actually gonna be hard. Why? What is the purpose of this? I don't get that. I get that's the frying. Just get rid of what we can. I don't even know that. That's what the... That's going into the thing. He throws it in the fire. Alright, so we can work from backwards. She's dead. Ties her up. Does that on the wall, and that's done. Alright, so let's start over. She's in there. She sees Celeste. She puts that on. Bye! She gets there. Uses her card to get in. He's working out. Oh, hey! Oh, what's it up? I mean, she didn't get hit yet though, so I guess it's that. She gets in. Maybe this. This. I don't even know what this is about to be. Am I supposed to read it this way, then that way, or this way, that way? So this one, this, and that one? So this one, that one, that one? And then this way? Oh. So she's like, oh, okay, I put my bag up. I don't even know what that's, I guess she's just talking. Is it this? And then, I don't even know what it's supposed to be. Because obviously this is the murder part. Oh, she puts her thing in there. Okay, that makes sense. Dun, 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 dead. Then drops it. She's dead. He's dead. Rolls up the carpet. Take down this. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, hold on, I'm actually confused. Hold on. Rolled up the carpet. Take that down, right? Picks up the body. I mean, obviously... Oh, hold on. That happened, maybe? Hold on, I don't know what's actually supposed to go there. Puts the body down. Leaves it. Caesar, he gets creepy. Oh, that goes there. Okay, so we're almost done. I guess it is these two. Blood splatter. See, I don't know if that's supposed to be there or actually if this is. It could be either one, right? Because then there's the weight right there that falls. I have no idea, guys. I'm really lost. I don't know which one it's supposed to be. Right here. What is this? Okay, then what's this right here? Here, let's start at the beginning one more time. Just see, there's that. Gets seen, says hi, sees that, shoves it in, bye. There's the entering. Actually, it might be this one. Puts her ID in there. Oh no. That gets hit. Da, 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 da. Would it be here? Oh, no, hold on. It'd be that one, right? Right here? Well, then why would it do that? You know what I mean? Alright guys, help. to, I think. So we got this. We got this. This is taking it down. So it would be a new. Oh, guys! You hold it down and gives you a hint of each one. Oh my god, is this the girls? Oh god. Guys! Hold on, oh, there we go. I've been trying to do this the whole hard way without, like, looking at the freaking hints. Dude, we're pros for doing it so far without hints. We can check it real quick. Yeah. So it's this one, right? Oh. So it is that one. It's this one. This one? Oh, I'm glad we checked. Oh, ow. But it's bloody. Oh. Okay, there you go. Guys, this makes it so much more easier! Why did no one tell me this was an option? It could have been done so much quicker. That's putting it up, right? Or taking it down. Nope. I'm just checking. I'm just checking everything to make sure real quick. And yeah, that one's obvious. Guys, let's reenact.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Maybe this was backwards. Oh.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet.
What happened to it?
Then, removing the bloody poster. finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it.
I'm so
With the
sad.
carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Yakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation.
Why?
Making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
But what's the motive?
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Guys, I'm sad.
Wait. No. This can't be right.
So the...
Yeah. Where's your evidence?
Oh, let me just check
You need
his.
evidence. You need proof.
It's so sad that he's
Without
trying
any
to fight
proof,
for it, you know?
you can't pin any of this on him.
Just check out his book. Now. Just show what handbook he has on him. Yes. Fever time and nega time? If you press the space key, fever time, and the temple will be forced to its max. Okay. You won't miss. If you push buttons, so you can push left, middle, what? I don't know what that is. However you want to destroy. There's something, yeah. Focus gauge. Okay. Wouldn't be fair, only you got to access the special time, right? Negative time that your opponent can use. Negative time during the bullet battle. Oh! Beautiful! I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what. So basically, use fever time when he does this. Alright, I'm gonna put headphones in for this one so I can hear the beat really closely. Are you gonna tune in to make sure everything's good?
Alright, guys, here we go. Moment of truth, here we go. Aww.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote.
Oh god, that was hard.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Oh, I feel bad. And it's not even him like trying to fight back. It's like his friend fighting for him.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Nice, I got a B on it. The last time I got a C. Alright guys, not too bad. Did I just get 75 medals? That's a lot, dude.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just...
But he's gonna die!
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
At least she's not afraid
Ask for
to
the
die.
goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
He's just so cheerfully happy about versus what is about to happen.
What?
Uh-oh, this time you got it right. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owadawa or something.
Unbelievable.
No, it was not anonymous. Kyoto chose the wrong answer. Very close to the danger zone. You need to be more careful. There's no way he could kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Oh, he's in denial.
Now then.
Oh, he's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key. Alright, here we go. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I want to know. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness. To take on the fragile form of a petite young girl, he had chosen that as his way out. Now, nobody will be able to say anything about, even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and it was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex did not disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game began here at school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, the world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge, that he was a male. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
That was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
I don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself. Motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm gonna get stronger. Excuse me, and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body. Retrain. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it. Oh.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first and then ask him to help from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, it was me. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep it a secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to be. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will give me some courage. So we went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support, he would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro? What? He did what? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls'?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Oh, to keep the secret? It was to keep the secret that Chihiro was a girl, or a guy, sorry. That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men that he'd made Chihiro. But that doesn't tell us why he killed him.
But...
How does moving the body keep his secret? Well, if no one had looked closely...
Because...
Yeah. Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, it would have been obvious he was a boy. Are you... Oh, yeah. Then everyone would have been arguing about if she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started, at least a few of us would have been immediately begin to suspect his identity, so... He tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. I was actually wondering what the biker dude's thing was. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone. It's impossible.
Don't make me
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while you're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey!
You know what Mondo did? What? Oh, shoot. Shoot, I didn't know that. Did not see that coming. Only reason he had a chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. His brother was Daya. Mondo had nothing but respect. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was the only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of a starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday. His brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw in Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I just...
I gotta get stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during that race, tragedy struck. His kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed onto oncoming traffic. But suddenly, Laying in his kid brother's arm, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid, I screwed up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Diane never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you no matter what. You gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. Oh my god. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. So, hold on, just to make sure I understand. He was purposely riding in traffic so his brother would save him and get killed instead of him? Oh, so he didn't go out to kill his... Okay. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. And as a result, a team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Dio was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. But now he's about to die. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why. Mondo. After what Monokuma had on me, after I saw what he had on me, my head filled with fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzziness, that unease, turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down into my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept the secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So, what, you're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I
What?
should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had. And so I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Rondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to crack. Oh, creep. Sorry. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand. I was just staring at him, down on the ground. I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. Look at him. You see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. Just shut up. Go ahead and say that again. I dare you.
Yep.
Oh God. I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but yeah, I can't do that right now because time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing.
You kidding me?
Well now.
The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous!
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Mondo Oda, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
I knew it had to do something with a motorcycle. Wow. Did you The Cage of Death? That makes it cute. Wait, how did he die? He just went so fast? Wait. 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 What happened? He went in circles, and it went so fast that it like condensed his body to like a pulverized pulp? At least he died fast. Oh. I mean, the baseball one I feel it was a little bit worse, but like to just get beaten to death by baseballs, but this one was, that was gross at the end. It can't be. My brother. Oh. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taco's sad screams and Vader's skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course he had to. Really? What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? Byakuya.
What is this?
They're completely insane. You know, is that a game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that
However,
I just don't understand why. Why do you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Yeah, because it made things more interesting. Yeah, it chilled me to the bones. I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. The rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing
Well, I don't
to be done.
particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late. I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. So he knew immediately who it was then. Yeah, you actually, well, he didn't witness it. He saw it. He saw the after. Yeah, he was cool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well.
Yeah. You knew who he was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? Oh my god. I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. Wow. So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, we decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But
if we hadn't figured out who done it, you would have been dead too, right? I assume he's gonna be like, well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. He turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become the Blackened, I know who I'll have to watch out for. Wow.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Ooh, I'm up next.
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, right? Correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. The gift to my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Okay. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, doesn't matter. In the end, I'm gonna stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. Hobbs, noble son of a noble family, truly you understand me. I think this is when I start revealing, this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I achieve complete victory, you're up next. I'm gonna find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all
You're so
riled
cool.
up.
It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper sounds like someone needs a nap. I thought it was too obvious that that joke. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the kiss of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who are still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. Wow. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? no matter how close they were to their friends.
Wow. That's harsh, man. That's rough. Okay, well, I think we're gonna end the stream on that final note. I'm so sad Mondo died. Guys, that made me sad. Okay, well, that was the ending of chapter 2. We'll probably continue chapter 3 either tomorrow. Yeah, we'll probably continue it tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm really sad right now. I'm just sitting here. I'm feeling the despair of that Monokuma mentioned. I'm feeling very sad right now. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Betamax, I appreciate. He's the first sub, so I really appreciate that. Shout out to you, my friend. Hope everyone has a good Friday night. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.